Hey guys, what's up, how are you doing? It's a beautiful Sunday and I'm gonna be doing a very quick video on just some of the financial traits that you should have, or certain things you need to put in place for you to be financially successful in your 30s and after that. So by the time you're 30, you should know these things, you should master them, you should have them in order for your financial life to be successful thereafter. This is because sometimes when we are in our 20s, we tend to have a lot of time and freedom, and we can take risks, we can play around, we can mess up. But sometimes when you're going beyond 30, there's not so much time for you to mess up. So what are some of the things that you need to put in place for you to be successful financially? What are some of the things that you must have? You must have them by the time you're 30, preferably. Of course, age here is just like a reference standard, but preferably you should have these things ready by the time you're 30, so that going into your 30s and into your 40s and into your 50s, you are set. Why am I using age? I'm not someone who actually usually depends so much on age, but in this case, because we feel like we haven't done much at a particular age, it's just good that you have certain things by that time for you to feel like you accomplished something. And it's also good to have these things early enough, because in investing, the earlier you begin, the better for you. So in later years, you have more work if you didn't begin early. But if you start way early, preferably in your 20s, you're going to have a much easier time lifting that weight later. For some of us who started investing and learning about finances way early 20s, we feel some level of lightness when it comes to investing, when it comes to meeting our goals. So it's not like we just laying the foundation. The foundation has been laid. All we are doing is right now we are building, and this is something you can start doing when you're 30s. So if you're 30, you're between 30 and 35 and 40, you can lay that foundation now, so that in your 40s and your 50s you're building. Because what I tell you is that never ever say you are too old. Think about it this way. If you're 40 today, would you rather live the next 60 years, possibly, with stress, financial stress, and lack of money? Or would you rather live the next 60 years, possibly, enjoying what you've made in the next 10 years? And like I always say, we underestimate what we can do in 10 years. So if you just give yourself 10 years, you can do amazing stuff. Consistency and discipline. But anyway, what are some of the things that you need to have in place? What are some of the things you need to know how to do? What are some of the things you need to be doing in your when you get to 30 for you to be financially set? Number one, and the most important thing that I say all the time, is pay yourself first. This is a habit that you must learn. So you must learn how to pay yourself first. A lot of people pay their rent first. They pay everyone else first but themselves. You need to nurture a habit whereby you come first. Pay you. Let everyone else wait. Let everyone else even go into debt. Doesn't matter. Of course, I'm not saying bad debt here, but like some of these things, you can postpone them, you can hustle, you can find ways of paying them later, but pay yourself first. Know that every single month, how much is going to you as the person who has done the work. You deserve to pay yourself. So it's not a favor. You're doing this rightfully, and you're securing your future when you will have less time, less energy, less opportunities for you to make money. So you're actually buying back your time, you're buying back your freedom, you're buying your future. So pay yourself first. It might not seem so obvious, but it really saves you a lot of stress in the future. I know a lot of people want to pay rent, pay whatever, pay every single person. You value everyone else but not yourself. This is about self-esteem and self-value. Pay yourself. Know how much you give yourself every month when you get your money, or every day, every week, whenever you get that money. Know how much is going to you as a person. If you learn that habit in your 30s, you're going to be financially successful definitely in your 40s and 50s. The second thing, and also very important, you can never ever save your way to wealth. So yes, you're paying yourself. You're saving the money for you, right? But I want it to be very clear that you can't save your way to money. Think about it. If you're saving 10,000 Kenya shillings, for example, a month, by the end of the year, you're going to have 120,000. I was almost saying 1.2. That's very generous. I wish that was the case. Anyway, you're going to have 120,000. You save it for another year, you have 240. You save it for another year, you have 360,000. So 3 years, you have 360,000. If you were to invest the same amount of money, you're getting a return of, let's say, 9 to 10% on that money. You will have way more, and compounding it, you will have way more than that. What am I trying to say is that you cannot just save your money to your way to wealth. Most of the time, you find out that even if you are earning quite high, it can become very hard to just save money that you're getting to a certain goal that you wanted to get to. So what's the best way? Accelerate it. Use your money as your soldiers who can then go out there and make you more money. As you work and sell your time, and your energy, let the money that you have made so far go out there and do more work for you. Don't just do the heavy lifting by yourself. Use the money you've earned so far to do the heavy lifting. And that means you must have a certain level of risk appetite whereby you are willing to go out there and get some investments that you can put your money into. And there's so many investments that I did mention in this channel. I do mention that are risk-free, okay? There can't be like 100% risk-free. That's not in financial world, but the chances of risk are really, really minimal. So you will most likely make your money. So make sure you learn to invest. Don't just save the money. Anytime you're saving, save with a goal. So if you're still saving somewhere, save with a goal. Even as you wait for the major goal, you can still invest the money, because there are so many easy places to invest, efficient, easy, and accessible places that you can invest it at any time. So you don't even have to go to a bank and put your money in the bank anymore. You can go to a money market fund and put your money there. You can go to some balanced equity, some kind of portfolio that is very simple to manage. As you save that money before you transfer it to your main goal. And the third one is networking. You have to learn how to network with people. You must learn how to network with people, guys. You must learn that the resource that you have and you'll always have is people. Learn how to talk to people, learn how to communicate, learn how to express your needs and your wants, learn how to communicate in a way that people will always understand you, and that will help you network with different people. So open your network, build a circle of people who will build you, build a circle of friends who build you, build a circle of professionals, people in different fields that you are interested in, that can give you more information, deep, detailed information about those particular areas. Let's say, for instance, you want to be trading stocks. Get someone who understands how stocks work. Get someone who has invested in stocks. Let's say you want to buy bonds. Get someone who understands how bonds work. Get someone who invests in bonds themselves. Let's say you want to talk about financial literacy. Get someone who understands financial literacy. They understand how money works. They've done it, they've made the mistakes, and now they've made some money out of it. So build a good circle of people who can support your goal and your dreams, financially speaking. Very important. So that networking part is extremely important. Always go out there to find valuable people and not low value people. Not people who are wasting your time, not people you can't actually have any proper discussion with. Find the people who can add value to your life, and you will always know if someone is adding value to your life. It's not a secret. They come into your life and things change. They push you, they encourage you, they challenge you, and they always support you. So have a good group of people who support that cause, and build a strong, impenetrable network that will then lift you up career-wise and financially, of course. Even in business as well. You want people who are coming to buy from you, not friends who are always taking credit. They're always taking things cheaply. They're always trying to bargain you out of business. Don't keep such people around you. And this one, again, I do mention all the time, is building skills and becoming marketable. The world is changing so fast, guys. Right now, I did a video on ChatGPT. You need to watch that. I'll link it somewhere here. ChatGPT, threatening so many jobs. AI is changing the world as we know it. You have to be on your toes in terms of the skills you acquire. Don't waste money on useless degrees. Don't waste money on things that won't build you. Make yourself marketable. Make yourself attractive in the market. Make yourself better than you were last year, so that by the end of the year, you know that you've added one thing or two things on your list or on your resume that can push you forward into the next decade or so, because you never know how long you're going to want to work, right? You might want to work for a long time. Some people don't want to work for a long time, but if you know you want to work for a long time, you have to stay ahead of the game. For you to double your income, you must bring a skill to the table. You must bring something to the table that someone doesn't have. For you to be able to earn more than you're earning right now, and I did mention one time that most of you watching this video right now are only one skill away from doubling your income. Let me repeat. Most people watching this video at this particular time, you are only one skill away from doubling your income. So why are you being comfortable? You need to find ways in which you can improve in your area of expertise. Build your skills. Try to get to the next level. Don't remain comfortable. Don't be comfortable at any point. You have to be marketable, because in the next few years, probably what you're doing now won't be so marketable. So what is going to put you ahead of the game? What's going to put you ahead of the pack? What's going to distinguish you from everyone else? It's building skills. It's building valuable, marketable skills that people are looking for. It's building skills that can fill a gap in the market right now. And remember, like I said, the AI is changing the world. So you also have to think, what am I building? What kind of skill am I acquiring? So don't go out acquiring very useless degrees that you pay so much money for. Don't go out acquiring very useless diplomas that you pay so much money for. The world has changed. The landscape has changed. You need proper, usable skills that people will use in the market to solve problems. That's how you're going to be marketable. So remember to build your skills and grow yourself. And then you need to build your credit score. Now, why do I say this? I don't support so much taking loans and stuff like that, but at some point it becomes inevitable. I do say very well that loans help people, debt help people make money, but it only helps those who know where they're going to. It helps those who have built a good foundation. It helps those who have the financial muscle to handle the debt. It helps those who have the knowledge to handle debt to make money. So don't just assume that you can take debt and use it to build wealth and build an empire. No, it's actually quite different. Every single person can use debt differently. So don't assume that you can just borrow some money from the bank. But you still have to have a very clean score, credit score. Credit score here means you need to be someone the banks can lend money to. You need to be someone people can lend money to, because they can see a clear record of you paying back anything that you owe, that you take from anyone in terms of loan. So if you build that clean record, then when need be, and you're starting a business, or you want to get a mortgage to get a house, you want to get a loan to buy a rental house, you want to get something that could help you as an asset, then you can always support yourself using some loan. Like I said, I'm not totally against loan. I'm totally against loan for a particular class and group of people, and I'm very specific about that. But loan can be helpful. And in life, it gets to a point whereby you just have to take a loan at some point. Not for everyone, and I hope not, but it gets to a point where you might use that channel. Money is energy. Money flows in between hands. So at some point, someone may have more than you have, and that's usually the case. You want to borrow from someone. You want to borrow from a bank, from an institution, from an individual, from, I don't know, anywhere that you can actually borrow money. You want to have a clean record that if you're going to borrow money, then you're in a position to get that money. At your 30 or in your 30s, you should make sure that you have a very clean record. In your 20s, you can mess around. You can mess around with the Hustler Fund, with the M-Shwaris or whatever, Fulizas, with all these funny companies that give very quick mobile loans, rendering you useless when it comes to borrowing. But in your 30s, you need to clean that up. Your name should not be in CRB. You shouldn't be having some funny debts all over the place. You should clear that up so that you're in a position to start building wealth, because it's so difficult to build wealth with debt. It's also so difficult to build wealth when everyone is, basically has a red mark on your name when it comes to borrowing money. The next point is planning for retirement. This is something we never get our heads around as Black people. We always think that we have time. It's too far. It's 10 years, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. Someone like me will be saying, oh, retirement is still almost 30 something or 40 years from now. Man, you do not have that much time. The earlier you start planning for your retirement, the better. I'm planning for my retirement. I started way earlier. So you have to plan for your retirement depending on whatever time you want to retire. If you want to retire in 5 years, perfect. In 6 years, perfect. In 20 years, no problem. In 30 years, no problem. Start planning for your retirement now. And there are tax advantage accounts that can help you start planning for your retirement. You can start saving. The government will support you in different jurisdictions and different laws. The government will always support you if you're saving for retirement. You will always find investment firms giving you some kind of incentive to save for retirement, because you're putting your money away and you're not planning to take it at any point. So use those tax advantage accounts, use those incentives by the government or by institutions so that you can get to your goal with regards to retirement. So start thinking, is this my retirement plan? What is my retirement plan? What am I doing towards that goal? How am I supporting that goal of retirement? What kind of life will I want when I'm retired? How much will I want to earn? How much will I want to have? Start thinking of these things as early as possible. If you're in a place like the UK, we have the SAPE, the self-invested pension plans. We have many other, the ISAs, which can be used again for retirement. If you're in Kenya, we have so many pension, what are called the pension accounts, investment firms offering pension fund accounts. So you have no excuse not to start thinking about your retirement as early as possible. Right now. The best time was yesterday. The next best time is today. Okay? Plan for that. And then finally, earn more and spend less. So as you increase your income, reduce your expenses, have more money that you pay to yourself. Trust me, there's nothing as good as being financially secure and knowing that, okay, I'm fine. Whatever happens, I'm okay. Financial security is the best thing you can walk with your shoulders high, your head high, knowing that, if I step on your tomatoes, I'm going to pay you, man. If I scratch your car, I'm going to pay you. I have no problem with that. It's so difficult knowing that if anything goes out of track, if anything goes wrong, you're financially constricted or affected badly. So you need to be in a position whereby you're financially secure. How do you do that? You have to earn more, spend less. Even the investment we're talking about, for you to invest consistently and reach your goals, you have to earn more, spend less. Even retirement planning, for you to plan properly and put some solid money, you have to earn more, spend less. Make sure that you are increasing your earning, but your expenses are always either you maintain them or you take them down. Okay? So that you are not suffering from what we call lifestyle inflation, whereby you increase your income, you increase your life standard. So by the time you get that money, there's nothing left for you to pay yourself. These points will help you set yourself up for financial success in your 30s. So by the time you're 30, you should have all these things cleared out, ready to go, and you're very serious about it. But 30 as a number is just a reference, okay? You can start these things way early, or you can actually start them at whatever point you are right now. Remember, like I said, the best time was yesterday, the next best time is today. That means if you're 35, if you're 36, 37, 40, 42, 40, whatever, this is the time to get things in order. Focus on the next few years. I also told you very clearly that you don't want to be saying, oh, I'm 50, therefore it's too late, or I'm 60, it's too late. You either live the next 40 years, if you're 60, complaining and struggling and worried, or spend at least 10 years or 5 years and fix things so that you live the next 35 or so, God willing, in a good way. If you're 50, you could have 50 years. I always just say to 100, I never know. Some people go beyond 100. I'm just using a normal standard number that most people would want to go to, right? Or maybe 90 something. You still have over 40 years, 49, 50, 50 something years to live if you're 50. So don't complain for the next 50. Focus on making your life right in the 10 that you have or 5 years, and then you will have a good 50 years or 40 something years. If you look at it in that sense, you know that you still have a long time to live, and you don't want to live it in a bad way. You want to live it with security. Otherwise, I hope this is helpful. Until next time, I'm out.